Have you ever needed to integrate typography into your work without knowing exactly which one to choose and how to use it naturally in your work? Have you been curious about the possibilities, not just functional but also plastic, aesthetic of typography? How to play with them from the perspective of an illustrator or an artist? Have you felt somewhat intimidated by it because it's complex and, in theory, oriented to graphic designers? In that case, this is your class. My name is Raul and I'm an illustrator and designer. I work for editorial content, brands and products like interactive narrative projects, video games, and any medium in which images, words or interaction are combined to tell stories. Very often I apply to my work as an illustrator my knowledge on typography, obtained after 20 years working in fields such as visual identity or interface design. And trust me, it can be a great tool for an illustrator. This is not a graphic or typographic design class, but in it you will learn more about typography and how to use it in a practical and intuitive way, how to integrate it into your regular work as an illustrator, and how to use it from a more graphic perspective. We'll start by giving some essential tips for choosing the right font based on the context, in a practical and non-academic way. We'll talk about different methods to visually integrate it into your work so that it doesn't seem detached from your way of drawing. Next, we'll propose 3 exercises with a small project associated with each one. You can choose to do all of them or focus on the one that interests you the most. These exercises will range from basic text integrations to using typography as a key visual element in your illustrations. I'll show you my own examples and those of other illustrators, and I'll accompany you creating my own projects around the proposed exercises. Lastly, I'll give you some references on where to find some completely free or very affordable quality fonts and some final tips. By the end of this class, you'll have practical notions of typography and new creative tools, and hopefully some new and interesting illustrations that allow you to elevate your portfolio. To do the class, you'll basically need your creativity, the means you prefer to make sketches, and your usual tools, as long as they allow you to manipulate typography at least in a basic way. Illustrator, Photoshop, Procreate, Affinity Designer, any of them will work for you. This class is specifically aimed at illustrators who want to learn how to use typography in their work, but is completely open to anyone creative with an interest in typography or illustration. Are you ready for this? I'll wait for you in the next video. Let's start.